So for once we made it into camp before dark, but just before dark, and check out this sunset. Yeah, it's really nice. We are in another spot from, I'm pretty sure it's Chris Shantz, Venture 4WD, Venture Forward. And it's just a trail off the road somewhere near Silver City. That's our campsite for tonight. Don't know what we're going to do tomorrow.
So this should be very good. This is fresh arugula, fresh spinach, just pulled from the garden from our friends at the campground outside of the Gila cliff dwellings. A woman was kind enough to ask us if we wanted any fresh greens, and we said, absolutely. Don't we look like we need them? So, arugula, spinach, some diced up red peppers, some onions, and then we've got some Italian dressing and some shredded cheese. This will be the healthiest thing to eat this whole trip.
We are in the desert of New Mexico heading to Arizona, and a tumbleweed just rolled between Steve's Jeep and my Land Cruiser. There's the dust devil. In a dust storm. Pull off roadway. Turn engine off. Feet off brakes. Stay buckled. So we're looking for our campsite. We're in the Coronado National Forest, and we are pretty much at the top of the mountain. City of Tucson there in the distance, all lit up at night. It was really cool. We're getting going early, one because of the time change, and two because the sun is really strong and there is no shade out here in the desert. We're in Saguaro National Forest, home of the cacti. So apparently cacti that have multiple arms are over 100 years old, and they grow arms to store extra water, which makes a lot of sense. It's Air and Space Museum here in Tucson. Wow, look at that helicopter. Look at all this stuff. Very neat. Bombers. Ooh, awesome. Is that a B-52? very cool. And dust devils out in the desert. That's pretty wild. This is Friday, May 6th, and we're in Prescott National Forest. Some really nice free national forest camping. There were a lot of sketchy boondockers out here though on our way in, but we got one of the best sites because we were willing to drive farther than they were. And today we're heading into Sedona to see what sort of a bar we can find. Hope you can see that road. That winding road is the road we came up on, and the Land Cruiser was crawling up it at about 10 miles an hour. Awesome. God, if I had my WRX out here. And that's a view. Wow. Somewhere down there is Sedona. Or Jerome. Only a tourist stop. Man, it's cool. What an interesting area. This has got to be one of the most interesting little towns. Interesting. And there's Jerome, right on top of the mountain. Goodbye and thank you. This is the view coming into Sedona. So we got some local intel from Mary at the Jeep rental place about Mooney's Irish Pub. And then if you look up ahead in those mountains, that's where we're going to be camping tonight. So we got into camp after dark again, and there were people in the camp that we wanted that had the good view. So we had to come up the road a little bit more. We're heading back into Sedona from our campsite. We took the easy way rather than coming down that crazy rocky road. after spending 4 days in Sedona because my Land Cruiser was heating up, we had it pressure tested. The cooling system is actually okay, but it may be a head gasket. And the lead time for anyone who wants to work on a head gasket is like anywhere from a week and a half to 6 weeks. So it actually seems to be doing better after the pressure test. So we're just going to continue on and see how that goes. I even considered trading it in for a Tacoma with an Alucab slide-in at Summit 4x4. Anyway, so we camped in the Prescott National Forest last night. Had a nice view. Of course, we got in the dark again, but luckily Steve couldn't see over the sides of the road, or he would have freaked out. And as usual, here are our vehicles. And so we're going to the something Wells Dunes today. Apparently they look like the Sahara. And then we're heading into Baja, hopefully tomorrow. The desert of Arizona. All right, these are the last views of Arizona because we're heading to California, to the Imperial Sand Dunes. We've been going downhill for many miles and we still have a lot to go before we hit the valley. And tomorrow we're crossing into Mexicali. The hills are really strange. They look like they're just piles of rocks. Hills, mountains. How these things don't fall off the mountain and kill people on the road, I don't want to find out. But holy smokes, what a view! We're about 25 miles from the Mexican border.
Up here,
still in Arizona. California is to our right, and we're trying desperately not to enter California because gas will go up about $1 per gallon. So we're going to top off here, even though I'm not even down a quarter of a tank. Is this the Welcome to California sign? No. Yeah, it is. Kind of small. You'd think it would be bigger. So it looks like the Imperial Sand Dunes are coming up on our left. We should be there soon. Let's see. What's my ETA?
You should reach your destination by 3:20 p.m.
So 10 minutes. We'll be back when we reach them. Greetings from California, the Imperial Dunes, and the border wall. We're almost in Mexico. We're at a little off-highway vehicle play area.
This spins on here.
First,
this one. Yep. It spins on first.
so we met some fellas out here that are testing out this ride, and Steve offhandedly said, "How much for a ride?" And they said, "Get in."
Oh gosh.
So Steve, how was it?
Can I say better than sex? Unbelievable. Incredible fast.
That's a tight fit. Guys we met with the dune buggies said there are a couple 100,000 people out here on the weekends during the winter. Of course now it's empty because it's going to be hot. This morning at just before 6 a.m. these guys from NASA asked if we could move our vehicles because they're testing a spaceship that you see, a drone that's going to Titan. So of course we said yes, we'll move. But apparently these lighting conditions are about the same as on Titan, which is a moon of Venus. Jupiter, I don't know. Good morning, Steve. Wave to the camera. Apparently we're on Titan. Up a nice breakfast of some hot sausage, spicy sausage, and some fried onions, some fresh eggs that I bought from the lady at the front desk at the auto repair shop, and some sourdough bread. We're cooking on Titan while NASA tests its drone. It's going to launch in 2026 if they get the funding next week. Hopefully we didn't ruin their footage by putting footprints in the dunes. Although I'm guessing they could just call it alien footprints. And in honor of NASA, Stargazer hot sauce by Pepper North. I think they're Canadian. And there you go. Eat your heart out, Harry from Fire to Fork.